Hello, this is Tarregor. Welcome to my vision of World of Warcraft Classic Plus. This video is a Twitch stream that was not edited, so it's going to look like a Twitch stream. The design direction of my vision of WoW Classic Plus is substantially different from that of retail WoW, Circus Shadowlands, and the private servers Vanilla Plus and Turtle WoW. This is partially because this aims to fix Vanilla WoW's many problems first, and flesh out and polish it second, and add new content third. This is part of a playlist of videos. Check this video's description for a link to the playlist. The document displays my vision of WoW Classic Plus. Hold on, let me save this. And the document's version number is 1.5.15. All versions of the document are based upon patch 1.12.2 of World of Warcraft. If you just want to know about the general design direction of my vision of Classic Plus before you otherwise look into this, then watch the introductory video in this playlist or read the document yourself and look at the list of the major features. The link to the document is in my channel's About page. That, and I do not have a team of people or however working with me to make an actual private server out of this. This is all pure design thus far, and it ain't done yet. Note that most of this game's items are pedigree itemization, though I have laid out all the groundwork to do it. Know also that all 40 mains are squished down into being tier 1 raids. And you can only do 2 raids per week. Barring the next year. You can do that once per week as well. Anyway, the actual changes for item level / quality changes. As mentioned elsewhere in section number 3, items, every item in the game that's above item level 65 will be nerfed to item level 65. However, the rank 15 weapons will be item level 71 in order to emulate them being legendary items without me having to write lore for them. Where did I write this next one I want to think about? Legendary. Here it is. I just want to put that there. As mentioned elsewhere in section number 3, items. You got the colon here. Item level 65 items will only be obtainable from 40 main raids and associated content. More details in a different video. While endgame quests and 10/20 main raids will only offer up to item level 63 items at the best, barring item level 64 world drops, so Blade of Hana, from level 62 mobs. Blade of Hana among other items. Equipable legendary items will be item level 65 weapons, and they will have stats as if they were item level 71 epic weapons. I'm just gonna leave that part out. And they'll, of course, I leave that part out because it doesn't go into as much detail as I want. There is more detail, but it's not actually in this document. It's in a separate document, this one. Anyway, that's not included in this actual document. Anyway, they'll of course have better stats than eye level equals 65 legend epic items have. Save. The Scepter of the Shifting Sands and its shards will be turned into legendary items. After all, it is a pretty fucking big an important quest chain. Anyway, Draconic for Dummies chapters will be epic items. As will be the completed book. The item level of Deanship Claymore will be increased from 29 to 31, which is that of a normal blue item of its character level requirements. The item level of Eye of Flame will be decreased by 1 to that of a normal epic item of its character level requirement. The weapon damage dealt by Hydrochain shall be increased so that it deals damage as a normal blue item instead of it hitting like a green item as it currently does in Vanilla Classic and Vanilla WoW. Blue Pearl, well, not currently in Vanilla WoW because that hasn't existed for years, but Vanilla Classic. Blue Pearls will be of an uncommon quality. That is, green items. Ruined Tome and Bone Dust will be gray items instead of being white items because they are completely fucking useless. Like, there's not even an niche use for them, you just vendor them. They're vendor trash. Elemental Circle will be a blue item. And it'll be buffed accordingly. Treant Bane is going to be turned into a blue item and have its drop rate increase accordingly due to a new epic item dropping for the Dire Maul tribute chest in its place. I don't want this model going to waste. It's found nowhere else in the game, I'm pretty sure. I'll be turned into Green Tower into an item level 44, character level 39 item, and buff it accordingly. This way, it'll be better than Aegis of the Scarlet Crusade, and actually be worse than in the auction house. When I say here, buff it accordingly, when I forget to write that part in, I just assume that it's taken for granted that it's going to be buffed accordingly. So just act like it all says that for all the relevant changes. I will be turned Kill Maim due to its significance in the game's lore according to Warcraft 3. I'm going to be turning it into an item level 65, character level 60, world drop epic item, which has 3.9 speed and a humongous lifesteal proc as its only stat, but it's going to have low weapon damage, which will allow the lifesteal proc to be a lot fucking bigger. It's going to be, I guess, a fun item, but it's also going to be super amazingly rare, so, hey, I guess it'll work out. Anyway, if it doesn't work out, I'll just re-itemize the item. Nobody should have to compete for world boss funds in order to have best in slot forever gear, but people should also still get a huge reward for killing the world boss. Which they will if the epics are BOE, and so can be auctioned off for 2,000 gold or more each in a game where 1,000 gold is actually a big fucking deal. As such, all epic loot for world bosses, except Eye of Shadow, will be turned into Bound on Equip, item level 63, character level 58 epic items. You're not expected to have these items in order to do raids. You can do them in pre-raid pets and slot gear, barring these items, and in fact barring all epic items if I recall correctly. Off the top of my head, that is. The item levels of all plate armor that's below item level 45 will be increased to item level 45. It is worse that level 35 to 37 plate has low armor than that a boss that's supposed to be idle to have level 37 loot drop to level 40 item, for example. I'm just going to change this around here to make it more clear. Anyway, in order to avoid a minor faction-based conflict in the pre-endgame reward system that I have planned for the game, Brain Hacker's item level is going to be lowered to 58, and his character level requirement will be lowered to 53. Its stats will be lowered accordingly, of course. Onyxia Hide Backpack will be turned into a blue item, like all other 18-slot bags in the game. All set items obtained from the Scourge Invasion will be turned into green items, and so get nerfed accordingly. Let's say be pre-raid bets and slot. Let's say potentially be pre-raid bets and slot in Skullman, Stratholm, Druid's Vandora Hall, Deathholm, and Naxxramas, more importantly, which would not work out so well if items that can only be obtained from a one-time event. Either join early and get the best slot forever gear, or join late and never be able to get those items ever, no matter what. That's bad game design. So, no, they're all going to be green items. They're not going to be best in slot forever. All for anyone. All enemy-specific loot, nor will they be best in slot forever for niche roles that are not related to raiding or PvP, such as best in slot forever for soloing lots of enemies at once, for example. Anyway, all enemy-specific loot from Revanchion, Lord Blackwood, and Balthazon, which are Scourge Invasion bosses, that are added to Dungeons target Scourge Invasions, will also be item level 65, character level 60, green items, and so be nerfed accordingly. I'm just going to remember to indicate this here. Item level equals 65, C level equals 60. 60 green items. Yeah, less items for a one-time event, I already mentioned that. And the Brood of Nosdorber's rings will have their item levels and qualities changed as such. As at neutral, it will be an item level 65 green item. At friendly, item level 62 blue. At honored, item level 65 blue. At revered, item level 62 epic. And at exalted, item level 65 epic. This is an effective item level increase of 3 item levels per reputation. Item level 62 blue is 3 effective item levels better than item level 65 green. 62 epic is 3 effective item levels better than 65 blue. And that's all the changes that I have so far for item levels / quality changes, or at least the ones that I remembered to put in this section. Thanks for watching, and see you later.